As we come back tonight at 9, some South DeKalb residents are saying no to data centers coming to their community.
That's right. They fear a proposed 1 million square foot data center on campus could bring pollution and health problems right to their front door. Yeah, that is why we have Atlanta News First's Bridget Spencer, who's live from Decatur. And Bridget, county commissioners are taking a closer look at this next week.
Right, so next week, DeKalb commissioners will be voting on the rules and the regulations that data centers will need to follow if they want to come to the county. Now, data centers, they basically store and power our digital world, but protesters today told me it's not worth the cost. Protesters rallied along Flat Shoals Parkway expressing concern about data centers potentially coming to South DeKalb County.
And we definitely don't need it in a highly residential area.
On the table is a proposed 1 million square foot data center campus that will be built in Ellenwood, not too far from a neighborhood.
We don't want data centers in our backyards.
They are always being put in Black and brown communities disproportionately. We don't see projects like this happening in more like affluent communities, affluent white communities.
They worry the facility could expose their community to health and environmental risks.
We're gonna have insane health risk, increased risk for cancer, asthma, and just like affecting the overall livelihood of people day to day, from noise pollution to light pollution to skyrocketing our utility bills.
On Tuesday, DeKalb commissioners are set to vote on the rules and regulations that would police these data centers. Commissioner Ted Terry told Atlanta News First they would have some very specific rules.
Honestly, one of the cleanest, greenest, quietest data center regulations in the country. We're reducing lighting, noise, water recycling, sustainability, green roofs, green infrastructure, a whole host of things that are required.
Currently, there's a moratorium on new applications for data centers until the December 16th vote.
We'll never be defeated.
And as you just heard, Commissioner Ted Terry has been vocal about this. I also spoke with Commissioner Nicole Messiah. She kind of said something similar to what Commissioner Terry was saying. She says data centers will have to follow strict rules in order to come to the county. We're live in Decatur. Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.